I've already done my part of the job, which is cutting up the veggies that are going to go into the sauce mix. I have yet though to cut up the mushrooms. He has 6 jars. They're 4.5 ounce size whole mushrooms. They did not have sliced, so we had to go with whole. And I'm just going to be cutting the mushrooms in half to go in the sauce. He's got 4 cans of Hunt's tomato sauce. It's the 29 ounce can size, and all 4 cans are going in. And he uses the McCormick Thick and Zesty spaghetti sauce mix. I don't know right off what seasonings are in this. This is the only seasoning that he does use. If it does list it on the back, I'm going to put it in the information below on the video, okay? And then he also uses a, what size can is this? A 12 ounce size can of Hunt's tomato paste. This all goes into the sauce, as well as I put 2 well-sized, medium-sized. They weren't large by any means, but they were a good-sized medium onion that I chunked up. These are pretty large chunks that are going in. Okay, and then 4 green pepper, same thing. I chunked it up. The sizes are really good, not tiny. You don't want to dice it, because this sauce is going to actually simmer on the stove all day long. And it's going on about 8 in the morning here. We'll be having that for supper tonight, and it will be simmering on the stove all day long. So when William gets up and gets the rest of this started, I'll show you what's going to take place. But for right now, I have done my part. I'll bring it back later. I just had to bring it back as I'm starting to slice these mushrooms and ask, Angie, what kind of mushroom do you think this is? Is it a little boleta? Are they edible? Just thought I'd ask. And you better believe, for everybody else out there, I'm saving these jars. I don't know what I'd use them for, but I'm washing them out and I'm storing them back in the pantry, in the sub pantry. I will find a use for them somewhere, somehow. I don't know. But I'm hanging on to them. And the lids too. William is up and starting the hamburger process. How much was in that package anyway, poundage wise? Over here.
I can't see it.
So William is starting the hamburger process. It's almost a 4-pound package of hamburger, but he's not going to use it all, right?
No.
Okay.
We use 3/4 of it.
Is that it?
That's it. Jeez, honey, you were busy this morning.
I know it. I chopped up all those veggies, and I even chopped up those mushrooms.
Good.
Yeah, I have them. Those are nice hunks of mushroom too. They'll simmer down a bit, won't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
that's why I buy so many.
I think the whole mushrooms might be the way to go instead of the little ones, because you can hardly tell that the pieces were in it last time.
Yeah.
So the whole ones, and then have me cut them in half.
Which one of these is it?
Okay, I have to help William figure out the stove here. Where are you? The front? The front one is here.
Yeah.
How high do you want it? Medium? There's 4.
Okay.
Okay. So the pot is on. He's going to be browning up the hamburger. And then when that gets browned up, he's just going to start dumping in the veggies and the sauce and the seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can package up the rest of that hamburger and put it in the freezer?
Yep.
Okay, alrighty. I'll bring it back when he's on another stage. Now look at that. That's a sight that I rarely see in my kitchen. William's chocolate. Okay. Yeah, it's browning nicely. Okay. Okay, tell the people what you're going to do.
Okay. This is brown.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next thing I do is I take one of the 4 cans put it in first. Take green.
Okay.
I dump it in on top of one can. You'll notice I got a tall pot. This is tall.
Very tall.
Very tall. So if you don't have one, go out and buy it.
Another can of sauce.
Next can.
Okay.
And we're going with the onion.
Uh-huh.
Okay. One more can of this.
And the mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Now you cut up the mushrooms. You bought the button type and you cut them in half.
Right.
Okay.
And I think that's the way we're going to go from now on.
Yeah.
And what is that?
This tomato paste.
Yep.
And I got the large can here. This is larger than the other.
Yep. He had to grab one of those man tools that Andy uses as well to scoop it out of the can. You want to show him your man tool there, William? What's in your hand?
This?
Yes. Oh, I'm jiggling the camera. And you can tell the ingredients have filled that pot, but it'll all cook down. All
Yeah.
but one can of tomato sauce is in there right now. You don't add any, oh no, in the seasoning packets.
Yeah, that comes up next.
Okay.
A pot this size, I use 4 of the McCormick spaghetti mix. And it's seasoning. It's seasoning for the pizza. I use 4 of these in this big pot.
Seasoning for the spaghetti sauce.
Yeah. Okay. This seasoning, when you stir it, will saturate the rest of the spaghetti sauce.
I think I laid out 5 packets, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm only going to use these.
You're only going to use 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Professional cook here, blowing the seasoning into the pot. Okay. So we got last can of sauce going in.
Now,
Oh, you're not going to stir it up?
I want to
Want
Get
it
some
to,
liquid flowing around there, so when you turn it,
okay.
it'll move easier.
Oh, okay.
It's stiff now because everything is out of the refrigerator.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now, we just leave that cook. I started off cooking it in about a medium heat till the heat has worked its way up to the top of the pot. Then after it starts to bubble a little bit, then I turn it down to a lower setting because I cook it all day. Slowly cook it. And that seems to ease the taste better. I tried it both ways and that seems to be the best tasting.
So simmering it enhances the taste.
It does.
Okay. So we're going to come back and check it out in about what, 20 minutes? And stir it up a little bit?
I would at least a half hour or so.
Half an hour? Okay. All right, we'll bring it back. The sauce is just beginning to bubble now, so William is going to do what?
Stir it and turn the heat down a little.
Say it again, I bolted. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to stir it and then turn the heat down because I cook this slowly over about 6 hours.
Yeah, he doesn't want it to really start boiling, so, okay. Ooh,
Oop.
big.
Chef
We'll
must-
get that. No, we'll get that later. Just keep on going. That pot is full, but it will cook down over the days, length of time.
By putting the ingredients in between each layer of the sauce, this makes it easier to stir so that everything gets a little taste of everything.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Maybe take care
we'll
of the
pick-
casualty here.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I'm going to help you with that, okay? We'll bring it back for another stirring later on. All right, the lid's back on. After stirring everything up, the heat on the stove has been turned down to number 2. It's
On
just,
electric stove.
yeah, it's an electric stove, and William isn't quite used to using this stove for his spaghetti. He's only done it one time before. So it's going to simmer on this for a little while, and he'll check it in, what, about another half hour?
30, 40 minutes, something like that.
Okay, and see what it's doing at that time. Give it a little stir, and let it cook some more.
Toil, toil, bob and boil.
What?
Never mind.
I don't think that was a saying. Okay, this is the second time we've come back to check on the sauce, and it's really bubbling on the number 2 setting on the stove.
Turn it down.
So William is going to turn it down even lower.
One more notch.
Now it's like on 1.
Okay.
So we'll see how that does. William. Okay, it's really bubbling on the 2 setting now that we had it on, so we're turning it down to like a 1 setting to let it simmer. And we'll be back and check it too, to make sure it's not bubbling up like this, but William's going to stir it up. Ooh, and it's really steaming up there.
Yeah. This electric stove really heats things up quick,
Yeah.
and you got to constantly check it so it don't burn what you got on it.
So I'll stir it up.
Yep.
Ready to put the lid back on?
Yep.
Huh? How come that's not... Okay, so we'll let it simmer now for what, a couple hours?
Yeah, I'll come back and check on it in a minute. That's about another hour.
Okay.
Make sure it's still not bubbling to the top.
Yeah.
If you let it cook like that, it'll shrink and it'll turn your vegetables into
Mush?
mush.
Yeah.
Right, we don't want the mush.
Okay. All right, we'll bring you back much later on then after we check on it after it's actually been cooking for a while.
Say about an hour.
About an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi there. Well, we just sat down to dinner here, and we have some very delicious looking spaghetti to eat. The spaghetti sauce turned out very, very good. And you can't see this, but William has already dug in here. He already dug into his plate. How is it, William?
It's excellent.
Excellent. Okay, all right. Must be all those veggies I cut up, huh?
It is. Everything counts.
Yeah. But this is a recipe that William has had for his sauce for many years. And let me move this over there. We go. Where did you get the recipe, William?
I actually experimented with doing different things.
He experimented.
I finally got it whittled down to what we eat now. You know, I don't care for the stuff that's in bottles and cans, pre-made. It don't taste the same as homemade. It just doesn't. So I experimented till I got what concoction we got now.
And there are people out there that would be making it with, you know, their homegrown tomatoes that have been canned. The sauce has been canned, but we don't have tomatoes like that here, so we use the tomato sauce in a can. But it still is good. And what we have left, which is quite a bit, we will be freezing in meal-sized containers to have as leftover meals later on. That will probably hold us over for a couple months, actually.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, I'm going to eat my supper while it's still hot, but thought I would come on and tell you that this is what we did today. And starting out at, well, it was before 8 o'clock when I started cutting up vegetables. But
Ginger.
did you hear ginger? Anyway, I started before 8 cutting up vegetables, and then we got the pot going shortly thereafter, and it has been simmering all day long. And it's, what is it now, 5?
Yeah.
I think it's 5 o'clock, and we're sitting down to eat a well-cooked, warm dinner. Okay, so hope you're all having a good one out there. You take care. Be talking to you again real soon. But it's bye for now. Time to chow down.
Yeah.
This is William's second helping. He likes his spaghetti sauce. What's the sigh for? Dig in.
You guys are staring at me. The dog's staring at me down here, and you're staring at me over there.
You can eat now.
Oh,
You're enjoying it, I know.
I do. I make this. Takes all day to simmer. You can't rush this formula. You have to
Nope.
do it slow.
So it's a good thing that you really do enjoy it.
I do.
Good.
I haven't found anybody that didn't like it.
This is the spaghetti sauce that we're getting ready to put away into the freezer after dinner. We've had our fair share, and see the hunks of vegetables in there, and there's lots of meat. It tasted really, really good. And we'll be able to enjoy this for a few more months.